It's fun though. I like
Wait,
it.
you guys do?
I
Yeah.
still get a little nervous.
Yeah. Oh shit. All right.
All right.
I don't feel too
Ready?
bad then.
Yeah, everybody does.
All right.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the IQ Project. We got a special episode for you guys today. I'm right here with my co-host, rickytatt,
Yes, sir.
and then our special guest, Johnnytatt. Funny story to that.
That rhymes.
Mhm.
Johnnytatt.
Right.
Again, this episode is brought to you guys by Iconic Tattoo Studio. For all your tattoo needs, please hit us up on Instagram. You can check us out at iconic tattoo _ tattoo studio, ICONIQ _ tattoo studio. So I'm gonna let Ricky introduce Johnny right now. So go for
All right,
it.
man. Really, really honored to get this interview going with you, man. We've known each other since back in the day, 2009, 2010. This man, he's been tattooing for over 20 years, and his name is Johnnytatt. He resides in San Jacinto now.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna definitely hear his story, how he started, how we met, and what's he been up to, from now and this time. And little things about how he feels tattooing has changed throughout all his career, and what he recommends other artists that are barely starting, the young artists that you're interested in getting into the tattoo game. This is a guy that definitely want to listen to. Is a podcast you want to listen to because he has a lot of experience. So let's get this started. Introduce yourself, bro.
All right. My name is Johnnytatt, and like you said, I've been tattooing for over 20 years now. I stay in San Jacinto, and shit, tattooing is my life.
Nice.
Easy. Cool. And so how did you start tattooing, man? Let's go back to, you don't have to tell us when you got the itch for it. When did you discover it? Were you always drawing? Were you always doing graffiti walls?
Well, my dad has brothers that are artists too, fucking really good artists. My dad's an artist too, and so I've always had that in my blood. I've always done art shows and little like Dare. You guys remember the Dare?
Yeah.
Doing stuff like that. So I've always been an artist, but I think the tattoo thing took off for me because my uncle. I want to say like I was probably like 6, 7, maybe. I used to see him tattooing in the backyard, like on some of his homies. So I don't know what. I can't tell you why, how. I seen him doing that in the backyard, but I never was like really like into it. I would just see it, and that's it. We were kids. We would just
Yeah.
play around, like. So when I was maybe about 10, I made my first homemade machine.
Mm-hmm.
How I did it, I don't know. So
There's no YouTube back then.
yeah, there was no YouTube. I just kind of remember what it looked like, and I've always been kind of like, innovative, like,
Mm-hmm.
So I built the machine. It was running and working, at 10. And then my
10
mom,
years old.
yeah.
God.
And then my mom came in and she fucking got it and threw it, she broke it up and she was like, I don't want you ever see you tattooing. So I think that kind of like, that's like pretty much
The
where it
first-
began,
damn, That's early, bro.
Mhm.
Early in this. And when did you like finally take it like a little bit more serious with, was it in high school or
It's probably
Were you
like,
always drawing?
It was always what?
were you always drawing?
Yeah, I was in high school. Yeah, dog. I was, like when you're in art class and then they fucking display your shit in the hallways and stuff.
Mhm.
Like, I used to always
That
have
would
one
be-
up. So I was always drawing. The first time I tattooed an actual tattoo was my cousin. We were 16 years old, and I did a name on him, and like I really fucked him up. So you see his puff? That's what it looks like today.
Does he still have it?
Yeah, he
still
still
has
has
it?
it. We tried to fix it years.
Try to cover it.
Well, we tried to fix it up
Okay.
years later, but yeah,
Mhm.
there's no hope.
Cool.
It's a done deal.
You came out of Duarte, right? That's where
Yeah.
you were
Mhm.
originally from.
Yeah.
SGV area. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Nice.
Cool. Yeah. So let's get this story going.
You want to talk about the juicy stuff?
The juicy stuff, the good stuff. We could tell about like I knew the way I came across him was I had just back in 2008 I started tattooing just the homies and everything, and I couldn't figure out fucking the basics.
Yeah.
I had no one to show me or nothing, so I was doing that in my house, and I thought it was gonna be easy because I was drawing forever. I did the dare. I was winning those contests. I was like, easy breezy. But I was like, nah, man, I'm frustrated. So I went to a club one day and I met his cousin, his one of his cousins, and I just saw some nice shading work on him.
Hmm.
And I was like, damn. So I was like, I'm gonna hit him up. He has tattoos. So I say, hey man, who did your work? I was actually hitting him up, for me to work on him. He said, no, my primo, Johnnytatt. Oh yeah, where's he at? He goes, oh, tattoos out of his house in Azusa. I'm like, Azusa, that's where I live. So luckily he linked me up with him. I called you one time. And I told him straight up, I'm wanting to learn. Can I meet you?
Hmm.
I'm in Azusa. Remember that conversation? Or no?
Kind of.
I don't remember too much of it, but
word for word.
yeah, not word for word.
Well,
How long
yeah,
ago was this? What, 10 years ago?
This was back
Yeah,
in
this was back
2000
then.
and
Fuck yeah, you ain't
2009 or something.
I have no idea.
Yeah, because I had barely started. It was like started in 2008,
Yeah.
and I just couldn't tattoo or shit. I was just learning. I had all the cheap coils, but I was blown away by his family, his cousin, his work. It was nice, soft shaded, and
Hmm.
that's one thing this guy, he's known for, that soft shading. And so yeah, we met and we actually tattooed for almost like a year at your house, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Right there in
Yeah.
Azusa, huh?
Yeah.
And that's how we met. And I mean, before we started this episode, we're talking about how like uh, we were. Remember you're saying that we were pretty up to date in
Well,
technology.
yeah, yeah. Because I remember I would go visit you
Mhm.
there because he was tattooing. And at the time, tattooing didn't really interest me, but I just like being around there. Um, and I saw you guys were actually already doing the whole with digital work and all that. How we do with the iPad, where you kind of show someone like, oh, this is how it's gonna look on your body. I
Mm-hmm.
remember seeing you doing that there, and then actually
On the
drawing out,
TV.
yeah, doing like the fonts from computers and all that too.
Mm-hmm.
So that was what 10 years ago.
I mean, I've
Just
been
being-
the tech game is like something that I've been into since then. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah. One thing I did like about that setup you had when I went enter is like you had your computer and then you hit the monitor with the fucking 45-inch or whatever it was, you know?
man.
And I was like,
Well, that was
fuck.
your TV. You
Was it?
brought that, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you didn't have a smaller one? I think you did.
Did
And then
I?
I said, "Well, have an extra TV," and then we
It
pulled
was
it up.
bigger,
Right?
I think,
Yeah.
no, or something.
And we were just fucking amazing. We were doing like all this.
the little
Uh,
Wacom tablets
Huh?
with the little Wacom tablets.
No, we didn't have
No,
one
we
of
didn't
those
have the
yet.
Wacoms, did we?
I don't think they had those out yet. Did they?
No. Probably, but it
I
wouldn't.
don't
No,
know.
that wouldn't.
I mean, that's
common.
not something we were like fucking looking into.
No.
You know?
Yeah,
Just I like that he was into that, and I was
Yeah.
like, hell yeah, I'm in a good little place right here. And shit, yeah, we tattooed there for about a year, right? You let me tattoo there, and I really appreciate that you did. Obviously we went our own ways. There was different, and we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it if you're down for it. We can edit this or whatever.
Like I
but-
said, you can talk about whatever you want.
No, and so he gave me a chance. I showed him my work. What'd you think about me when you met me, bro? What the
Well,
fuck is this paisa?
right away, like because I've been in the situation where nobody wanted to like really like take me under their wing. Like
yeah,
there was one guy who had a famous dad, and right there in SGV, everybody fucking knew him. He still comes up to this day, and he's been gone for years. But his son, maybe I shouldn't say that, but his son, you know, was a really good 3-needle artist. Just fuck, man, he was dope.
Mhm.
And I wanted to get, because I felt like, he knew his family knew my family, so maybe he would take me under the wing. And he said, well, you could come over and watch me tattoo one day. So when I went over there, it just kind of felt like he didn't want me there. Like he didn't want to show me. So
Vibes weren't there.
yeah, like I kind of like just, like fuck it, then it is what it is. Then when I went to a shop, they were talking some crazy shit too. And I was like, man, so I kind of had to do what you did. You just got to throw yourself into it and learn,
Yeah, I was
Just
very
figure it out
uncomfortable. I was
yourself.
like, fuck.
yeah.
But the thing that I was like intriguing is like he was doing his own thing. He's kind of like his own little entrepreneur thing.
And that's
Yeah.
why.
And I was like, hell yeah. The awkwardness of going to a shop, because a lot of shops were saying no to me, And yeah, when you first met me, what'd you think, man?
Oh, that's what I'm saying, though. Like I already knew
Yeah.
your art.
Showed you my work.
Yeah, the art. I think I'm not sure, but I think we still have that that piece with the skeleton that you did when you were coming out, like out of the paper.
Yeah,
I
I drew
I
that one
remember
I
day at
that.
think
your
I still
house.
have it, dog. I'm not
It was a
100% sure.
famous. So Carlos Torres has a tattoo of us of that of the pirate,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, and his face going out, and I just like did this like muscular guy coming out of the page, huh?
Yeah, it was
And
really cool.
and
Nice.
and I mean, yeah, I had the art skills coming in, man, and but he just saw something in me, you
No,
know.
no. I mean, like you'll get people that you see that have art skills, but you know when somebody's like born an artist, you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? They understand the structure of art, you know. You know what I
Lighting, the
mean?
shading,
Yeah,
and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, you just the light, everything makes sense, so you know like these guys are born with it, you know?
Yeah.
yeah, and yeah, so he gave me an opportunity. Basically, he gave me an opportunity. He's like, yeah, man, let's do something, right?
Mhm.
And we even I remember we even called it the tat shop, huh?
Mhm.
And we fucking painted it brown the wall. Why did we put brown?
It was like a light brown,
Oh, light
and
brown.
then we
Oh
did
yeah,
dark
like
brown
a caramel.
writing.
And then we did dark
Mhm.
brown,
Right.
and we did the letters tat shop. That was
Mhm.
pretty dope, man.
Yeah, it
To
was
this
really
day, you
good.
still have tat shop?
I mean, I was
Yeah,
using
what's it
it
now?
for a little bit, but yeah, I don't got a
Yeah, we're
shop,
like,
so
what
I'm
should we
not
name
really
it? We're like,
fucking.
well, it's a shop. Let's call it the tat shop, you
Wow.
know? And
Mhm.
yeah, we tattooed out of there for a
Well, that's how
while.
you got your name because it was gonna be called the Tat Shop. I was already Johnny Tat, so I said, "Well, fucking Ricky Tat,"
Yeah, I was
and
like, I need a
for
name.
the Tat Shop, you know what I mean? So we were
Yeah.
gonna be
So
tats,
yeah, Rick Tat.
So
So
that's how the name
that's
came
how
about.
Ricky Tat started. But
Not
um,
everybody has tat.
Mhm.
yeah, but I mean that just flows, you know,
Yeah.
Johnny Tat
Well,
and Ricky
nobody has
Tat.
the S. I think somebody has like the Z. I haven't seen nobody else at least, that
Uh,
had the name and then Tat besides him.
Oh yeah, that's true. And so we did that for a year, you know, and then
mhm.
we for a year, and then after that, we just decided to go our own ways, you know. I mean, we can go into it like how it was. I just to me, honestly, looking back, and I was even thinking about this, like, how should I interview, you know, because it was a while back. I'm like, it was partly, you know, my mindset wasn't really in it at that time,
No, it
you know,
wasn't.
and that's something that maybe you guys that are watching this and you have to have your mindset into what you tattooing because tattooing is a jealous beast, to be honest. Like if you're not putting in that work,
Well, that's what we talked about before. Like, I think with West Tacos, we interviewed, like, for tattoo, I feel like you have to go all in to
you
really
have
go in
to,
there.
you have to,
You
you
have
can't
to.
go half in,
Yeah.
and that's what I didn't understand at the time. And he was all in. I mean, that was his bread and butter, you know.
Hmm.
And I think that's what frustrated you, you know.
At this point, how long have you been tattooing?
Over 20 years.
No,
No, at
but
that
at
point
that
when
point.
we met,
Oh, with him?
Yeah.
Fuck. What year was that? I don't even remember.
2009,
Like 9.
2010, began 2010.
Shit. I don't know. Maybe a few years before Ricky came in.
Well,
I'd say a few
he
years.
was
Yeah.
in like about, I think it was like 6 or 7 years,
Mm.
give or take, you know.
All right.
And but you
Sounds
know, I
good.
like that he was just doing it there at his house, and his kids would come in, and I remember one time your son tattooed you. Remember?
Hmm.
That was
Mm.
dope. You know what I mean?
That one's still on the YouTube channel
Is
too.
it?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember I was there, and he helped him put on his glove. And what did he do on you? Do you still? What do you have it?
Yeah, yeah. He
It's
did
on
his
your leg.
name.
Oh yeah, on the thigh.
Side. Yeah, right
Yeah.
here.
Nah.
That's
Hmm.
dope. And I was like, that's dope. You know, he's a family man. I wasn't a family man at the time. I wasn't a knucklehead. Huh. I was just more fucking party. It was just about partying or what?
You're going wild at the time.
Well, I mean, which is
What's your
expected though, dog.
perspective?
Like you
You know?
don't, you know what I mean? Like I not because it was because of my family, but yeah, of course, it played a fucking huge role. Like to support my wife and kids, like.
Hmm.
So I think I had a little different look on it than you did.
Yeah.
You were young, you were out there, you want to have a good time. So there was no commitment for you to
Commitment.
stay into it.
Yeah.
That's the biggest one, I guess, commitment. Yeah.
That's big. And looking back, I was like, yeah, it was. My mindset wasn't there. You know, and that's what I learned now. And once your mindset is in, it's just game changer. And but yeah, we decided to just do our own thing. I think at that time, I think I had to move. I had to move to Fontana um, with my brother, and at that time, you stayed a little bit in Azusa, and then
Hmm.
you transitioned. You want to
Yeah,
continue the story there?
yeah. And then we just we moved to Hemet, and like I said, I was telling you earlier, like business wise, that was like the best thing. It
Hmm.
was kind of like a fresh start over,
Mm.
We built clientele,
Yeah, and that's, I mean, if you guys watching this and we're naming cities, he basically had a lot of clientele in the city of Azusa,
all my clientele.
all his clientele. And then he decided to move about 60 miles away, maybe,
So
farther away from LA,
in LA, so that's about 2 hours away from LA.
in the middle of nowhere, technically back then. That's San
Yeah.
Jacinto, the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, right.
And that's pretty ballsy,
Yeah.
And so you want to take it
Well,
off from
my
there?
whole mindset was like, no matter where I go, I'll be all right. I just got to work at it, and figure out a way to, bring people in, period, I mean, people were still driving from LA area to out there, Plus, I was doing shows at the time. Plus, I was working at tattoo shops, So there's a lot of things that came into play, like,
You just didn't find excuses. You just made it happen.
yeah, you never find
Tell
excuses.
them a little bit
though.
about, 'cause I was still following you, and for a little bit we weren't communicating too much.
Yeah, and really because like I was hurt, dog. Like to be 100% honest, I was just because like you said, I saw something in you, and I wanted um, you know to probably like do something together, and do it, But I mean, shit happens, and
Shit
at the time I
happens,
was young, and I didn't really understand that. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
I was
how
just
you guys
kind of
played
like,
a part in
like
it, of
like he
course.
wasn't as serious as me, so I was like, fuck it, So that's why I kind of just distanced myself from him, But now that he's doing his thing, you got to respect anybody that's super committed. You got to in anything.
Yeah.
So when you see that, you're like, okay, cool. Like.
And to be honest, like even when I thought about it, when we said, I want to interview Johnny, like I gotta give him one of the few first interviews, because he did give me an opportunity. And yeah, you're right. I would have totally understand your frustration on me. I would have done the same thing, because
In a way, I kind of feel like you're at that stage right now, where
where
you feel like if someone's not all in, you're
yeah
getting frustrated.
yeah.
So now,
Hold on. Did you stop it? Keep going. Okay. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. So I get now that I see it in a different aspect. I get it. Like it is a frustration part, especially you want everybody to be on that mindset.
Yeah.
well, I mean, I think people that are like you want those same people to be like you. If you're fucking hungry and you're on the hustle, you know what I mean. You want those people that are with you to ride the same way. You know what I mean. But like I said, everybody's different.
Yeah.
Everybody got different issues. It's a different life.
Yeah.
Yeah, and 11 years later, man, it took us a while to bring back even, I mean, just the fact that you're here at our shop, bro, and you get to see it, like it's a big honor, to be honest. And I'm saying it here, publicly. It's dope. Appreciate you driving from over here, and just having this interview is awesome, for real. Like it means a lot to us, and now we can get going to interview others. You know what I mean? Because you were a big part in my life. That helped what we're creating here.
Right.
But
I mean, basically, you got him started, and then you got
then I
me
got
started.
him.
Yeah,
And
Well, maybe the way I was back then, maybe kind of put you in that mindset now. You know what I mean?
It definitely. I see a
while.
lot. I mean, I have it. I have issues with that with some artists that we hired here. I'm like, fuck, man, get it. But then I stand back and I'm like, wait a minute, where was I back then? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So we have to sometimes like think back how we put ourselves in their shoes, I guess you could say,
Right.
But what I really want to highlight is one story that we weren't really talking, but I was following you, and you did something that really fucking impressed me, dude. And this is something that if you guys are watching, like, I want to really highlight this. This guy moved to Hemet, 60 miles away, and he commutes to a shop in Duarte for a fucking year.
Arcadia.
Mm-hmm. That's like, tell them a little bit about
that's commitment right there.
That's commitment to being tattoo artists.
What do you want me to? You want me to?
No, just say like
why I was there.
In summary, like, what did you do? I mean, what I saw is you commuted 3 times a week, maybe, all the way over there.
I want to throw something else in there. Like, he didn't work the normal hours shops worked, right? You worked like late nights too,
and that's part of the reason why we had conflict. So, and that's why I kind of like ended up just saying, fuck it, I'm out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But no, I was already working at a shop out there in Beaumont, and then you kind of like Beaumont's kind of a small city, so there, and then plus artistic element was like right down the street.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? So trying to like bring people in and like build a new clientele was a little rough because we had a tattoo shop literally like less than 5 minutes away.
Well-known
Yeah.
tattoo
By a
shop.
well-known tattoo artist. So I just kind of like hit like a roadblock. You already know how I am. Like I want to keep grinding. I wanted to do shows. I wanted to do as much as I could, as quick as I could, but I just wasn't going anywhere. So I had to fucking depart from them, and I went to the ink shop, and Johnny, he's a big name in the industry. So like fuck, I had an opportunity to work with the guy, so I'm like fuck, why not?
Johnny Quintana guys, yeah.
Yeah. So I went there, and for like a
So,
year and a half, every
For a year and a
day,
half, every day?
every day, even on fucking meeting days. Oh,
On
I
meeting
fucking
days?
yeah, even on a meeting day, I fucking still
See.
went.
That's exactly what I want to highlight. That I was blowing my mind. I was like, why the fuck is he doing this? I mean, I
Yeah.
get it's a well-known shop, but he didn't need, in my opinion, he didn't need their expertise. I
Yeah.
think, I don't know.
No, I did.
You did?
Yeah, because to this day, I feel like if like I wouldn't have met people there that were artists, like born artists. Like I probably wouldn't be at the level that I'm at today. Like I feel like they really helped me grow. And there's one guy named who like he didn't take me under his wing because an asshole, but if he likes you, he likes you. He's gonna show you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And for some reason, he liked me, and he structured me. So, like fuck, I give him all the respect in the world.
So that being said, like I know there's a lot of people that are tattooing out of private shops right now, right? Their own studios and all that.
Mhm.
Would you, knowing that now, would you recommend someone to go work at a shop? Just be
Yeah,
around artists.
yeah,
Just to
because that's what it is, dog. You're gonna grow. You're gonna learn.
Mhm.
Like all the little stupid mistakes that you would make at home, that because you don't know, you don't have nobody there with you.
Mhm.
Like you'll learn in a shop. So it's very important. I get people that want me to show them how to tattoo, but I'm like, you got to do. First of all, nobody's gonna give you their time. Just like fuck here, like I'm gonna show you everything.
Yeah.
Like 20, like I said, 20 years, and you want me to show you in a day or two. It's not
Mhm.
going to work. You got to put time and effort into it too, So being in a shop is like crucial.
Yeah.
I probably could have just did it all my life, all my career, just doing it on my own, but probably wouldn't be at the level I'm at today,
Yeah.
Sure.
I tell our apprentices, what I realized was, and something I wish I would have learned back then, is basically we're giving you guys the shortcuts to learning, the way to do a better tattoo or to
Yeah.
even start, because for a long time, I mean, I've been in it 13 years. Shit, I feel like barely the last 4 years I really, really, took it very serious. And imagine if I would have just been at a shop from the get,
Mm-hmm.
all those shortcuts,
I told
13
you
years would have been, yeah, you did tell me.
Mm-hmm.
You did. And that's what I'm, learning now in hindsight. That's why it's so crucial that I got a lot of respect for anybody that walks into a shop and is giving their time to us so that we can teach them,
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Tattoo shops they're intimidating sometimes. Walking in somewhere.
Yeah. I mean, because you never know who you're going to run into. You know what I mean? Like even me to this day, like I get a lot of people that are always like, like, oh, I love your work. Obviously they love my work because they come to, get tatted by me. But like in my eyes, I don't see it. I still need, there's a lot of pictures that I'll tell her like, hey, like I don't like that one, like, and it's not that I think the tattoo sucks. It's just maybe I might have not like structured something right on it, or the lighting was off, or it could be anything, but like I feel like I'm not there at that level yet,
Yeah.
like I still got like a lot of growing to go.
Yeah.
That's
And
good to be as an artist, though. You always like. I bet you get a picture after you're done. You just look at it, right?
Right.
Yeah.
we all do that.
Yeah,
We all
do
stare at
that,
the
yeah.
tattoo,
Mhm.
and you'll have a streak of really good ones, and then boom, one hits. You're like, you can't figure out why you don't like it. Why, maybe not like it, but where you can improve on it. You're not really super happy with it, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Tattooing.
you got to be real careful about saying that, you know, because their clients are gonna be like, "What the fuck?
What
You
the
didn't like
fuck?
my
Which
tattoo?"
one was it?
What can you do better? Let's put it. Let's say that.
Right.
No, it's not that I like it. It's, I mean, you know, it's where what I'm thinking back is on some that I could say. I look back and I'm like, man, I didn't achieve it to the best because for whatever reason, the machine, the hand, the mindset you're ready at. You know what I mean?
Anything
We're
at
artists.
all.
I mean, we're not machines. You know, we're gonna have our off days, right?
Well, so okay, so I've already had two clients who were talking to about this. Okay, you know how like right now the industry is flooded. Like there's a lot of fucking talent out there. There's a lot of guys every corner almost. You know what I mean?
We have tattoo shop around the corner from us.
Right. So there's so many tattoo shops now, and these kids are killing it. They're really doing great fucking work. So the people that I used to look up to back in the day, to me, were like fucking tattoo fucking angels. You know, like damn, their work's dope. Like you know, I was inspired by a lot of these guys. But now I'm like looking at the work back then to now is like oh yeah, these tattoos are crazy good now. You know. So we were trying to figure out like is it because like maybe us as artists our work's progressing, or is it just because maybe tattoo artists old timers, you know, they've been in the game so long, are just kind of chilling now. They're just relaxing when they do a tattoo instead of trying to go and put like a masterpiece on somebody. You know what I mean?
I think it's both.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about this in another
Yeah.
podcast where, like, I feel like some people just get complacent. You know what I mean? Oh, I'm good where I'm at
It's
right
cool.
now. I got my 100 people a year I tattoo. That's it.
I'm booked for a year. Then I don't, you know, no matter what I do, the clients like it and
You're good.
and
yeah.
you're good, you know. And then there's the other ones that just they're on that momentum, and you just you know you get that you want to push, you want to push, you want to push. you know?
Well, but I was talking to Alan Padilla, and one quote he told me that honestly really makes me think the way differently now. He's all like, I don't tattoo to impress the clients, you know. I tattoo to impress other artists, and I feel like that always makes you push even better because you know other artists are gonna be looking at you like, all right, I want their satisfaction. Obviously, that's gonna give the client even a better tattoo. But
I mean, yeah, and it's to be honest with you, it's hard to impress other artists right now
Oh,
because there's
yeah.
so many. You know what I mean? So you kind of like me, for example, like I just try to stay in my lane and just better myself. You know what I mean? And just work on me. You know? Because I'm not like really out there in the industry like that, you know. I'm just kind of all I care about is my family and my work. That's it.
yeah. But you did put in those hours too.
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
Shit, I could tell you stories for days, man. Where I only slept for like fucking 3 hours, showered, fucking went right back to work. You know,
Yeah.
like even no fucking sleep. You know, just straight 2 appointments back to back, 10 hours. You know, being up 37 hours.
And you're always thinking about it, and you're talking
Yeah,
about it.
there's not a day that goes by that
Yeah.
I don't draw. Every day.
Yeah, see, guys, and if you're watching this, I mean, he's dropping gems. Like, you really got to be in it. You got to be in it 100%. And it's not like you're done with your job and you go home and it's done. You forget about it. It's in your head all the time. You're constantly thinking, how can I improve? You know, it's a never ending game.
You used to have a motto. I remember. What was it? I used to see. I was like, man, I really
Can't
like
stop,
them.
won't
He has it
stop.
on
Yes.
his cheek.
Do you?
Yeah, I just read that right now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people are saying it. You see that?
Yeah.
Huh?
A lot of people are saying it now. Can't stop, won't
Can't stop,
stop.
won't
I
stop.
remember you used to post that, and I was like, man, I really like that because it's true. You can't stop.
Yeah, because I can't.
At
and
that
I
point,
won't,
that's when
know?
I saw it when you were just driving back and forth too. You're like, man, you're really on it.
I always, you know, I tell everybody like I probably got like another 5 years in me because my back, you know, my hand, you know, like everything's just it's breaking down, you know. So I would tell everybody I got like 5 years, but I don't. To be honest with you, I don't know. Like I couldn't see myself not tattooing.
Not doing it.
Yeah,
So,
at all. You know.
I hear this from a lot of people too. Like, they'll just slow down more, right? Is that what you're seeing yourself? Like, won't
Yeah.
take that many appointments.
Yeah, I'm trying
Yeah.
to, but you know, there's always a fucking, you know, we got to do a touch up. There's always an outer stater. It's always something where you try to relax, but you can't because you got to fill those people in, you know?
Yeah.
So it's rough, you know, you just got to kind of put your foot down, but I don't know how to do that. I can't do that, in other words. even on my days off, I'm still like, fuck, man, I should have brought somebody in tonight. Could have been tattooing right now.
I got to tattoo it. Yeah, dude, that's
Yeah.
one thing. I never met somebody so hard into it, and to this day, I don't know too many artists that are killing it like you are. But shit, they gotta step it up because you've definitely been putting in that consistent work, and that's one thing I learned, that you stayed consistent, and that's where you're at.
Hmm.
So how do you think things have changed from like
Hmm.
back when you were like on your grind hard
You
to
can
right
keep
now?
it short, Johnny. Oh, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Because you just saw machines changed a lot.
Yeah.
Everything's changed,
Yeah.
dog. There's not one thing in the tattoo industry that hasn't changed. I mean, social media is like the biggest change of all, I think, The machines and everything else, yeah, but you could, like if I put a quill in my hand right now, I could still tattoo. If I put a homemade machine in my hand, I could still tattoo, So I think the biggest thing is the damn social media. That changed the game
Where do
overnight.
you think it's going? That's the question.
And where do you stand on it? Because I've
Yeah.
I've met a lot of artists where they hate social media, but they're on it just because they have to.
I think like a lot of people would probably hate it because their numbers are not
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
good as some of these other,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's like one thing that me and my wife always talk about, and we always like, we don't care about like the fucking numbers,
Yeah.
It would be nice, yeah, like
Mhm.
of course to have that following, or
Million
That
people
blue
following.
check.
yeah, you know what I mean. Who wouldn't want that,
Yeah.
But at the end of the day,
But does it really
I'm-
reflect
no, because I'm still
their
booked.
business?
I'm
Yeah,
still doing what I'm
exactly.
doing.
Mhm.
So that proves to you, and I don't post every fucking day. So that just proves to you that you don't need it,
Yeah.
But
Because at the end of the day, yeah, you'll get the attention, but you don't get that trusted attention. The trusted attention is that person that you tattooed telling his cousin, like, yeah, go with Johnny, man. He'll take care of you.
Right.
That word of mouth.
That word of mouth, that
Right.
solid word of mouth.
Right.
Instagram you can't translate that to that. You'll get the eyeballs. But what's
Right.
the, you know?
Or you can't trust Instagram because there's a lot of Photoshop shit on Instagram.
That's
You know
true,
what I mean? And I knew a guy who used to do that at the shows. He would take other people's work and put it in his portfolio. And then when people would get work from him, they'd be like, "What the fuck is this?" You
You
know?
serious?
Mhm.
That's one of the things. That's one of our goals here at this studio, that we want to educate people, because there's people don't know much about tattooing. They just see the picture. They'll come with us with a high contrast picture with even
Bright
some
whites.
white, that did on the iPad. And I'm like,
Mhm.
you cannot get that bright of a white
No.
on the skin. So we're educating them, and that's why we're doing this kind of podcast, to get people like you that been there 20 years, that also back up what we say. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, bro, there's a lot of fake stuff out there, So get educated. That's what. And if
I
you're,
mean, which is cool, 100%, but that fucks us up, though. You know what I mean? Because you got people that come in here showing you other people's work that want it like that, and I'm like, wait, what? No, that. First of all, the ink doesn't stay that fucking bright. Like,
Yeah.
there's no way,
Or
like,
that black.
and that's what they want. So they expect that because they see it on the Instagram,
yeah,
Mhm.
that's true. That's very true.
Yeah.
So the trick is just you got to sell it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I just tell them like,
Sell
hey,
it.
what you see on my page
Yeah.
is what I do.
Yeah.
So if you like that, cool, that's what you're gonna get. Period.
With those nice polarized CPL filter pictures.
Well, I wasn't gonna say nothing about that.
No, that's not a secret, bro. It's not a
A
hidden
lot
secret.
of people still don't know about that.
No. Like I said, we're very transparent here. You know what I mean? Like I think that's key to telling people the truth. You know what I mean? Like we try to get the best picture and put it out there on Instagram. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, but okay, so your pictures, like even mine are not overly fucking saturated or
No.
overly done. You know what I mean? Yeah, you might edit them a little bit, but that's okay as long as you don't make them look like they're fucking jumping off the arm. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
And at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter. Because think about it. You tattoo that person, you take a picture of it, and you edit it nice for the gram, but it doesn't matter. They're gonna applaud it over there, but homeboy still gotta walk within the true picture. You know,
Yeah.
so you gotta actually do a true tattoo.
Well,
man,
how do you
that's how
think
a
they
lot-
would feel if they seen their shit like all super fucking
Yeah, like,
crazy?
how come
you
it
know?
doesn't look like
My
that?
shit don't look like that.
I mean, that's how our artists are getting exposed right now because
Yeah.
you see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They are walking around there.
So that's where it's changed, guys. At the end of the day, the tattoo game's gonna change. and who knows what is gonna be
Either-
20 years from now. We'll have machines like
I see
this.
it the way I see it is either you
Right.
grow with it or you get left behind, right?
And I think for some people that's rough,
Yeah.
because I knew a lot of older guys that they weren't trying to get in with the new shit,
Yeah,
they were content, but I understand them now
Mm.
because I'm content with what I'm doing. Like I'm okay, so I don't want to really change nothing,
Yeah. No, I can see that.
that's cool, man. What would you say to that young artist that he just decides he wants to be a tattoo artist as a career? What one tip or 3 tips would you say to that person, from your experience?
I would just say can't stop, won't stop.
That's
That's
right.
it.
Simple. See,
Don't
guys.
fucking stop.
Don't
Don't
stop.
sidestep. You just do what you got to do. Don't make excuses up. No excuses at all. And never give up. Don't even second guess yourself. Nothing. Just do what you want to do and just keep doing it. That's it.
There you go.
That's strong.
Simple like that, and you
Oh.
can't say it any other way. That's true, and
I mean, because you meet a lot of guys that'll be, like tattooers that are coming up. They'll be like, like, oh man, just everything's a fucking excuse. And you're like, man, like what? Like only if you knew what the fuck I've been through to get where I'm at today, like, would you understand then that what you're going through is not really nothing? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
We didn't have social media and shit back then. We grind it out,
Go past flyers.
Yeah.
yeah, that's true. I mean, there's so much we could say about this, guys, but he basically summarized it
Yeah.
in such a easy way to say it. Just don't stop. If you're gonna start, just do it and be about it 100, because it'll get back to you. Eventually you will grow. Like we say, our motto here is trust the process. Start the process and trust it.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
eventually your efforts and all the time put in, you're gonna get to where you're going.
Yeah.
Right.
No, that's 100%.
So where can you catch you? So if people are interested in a little bit more about your work and stuff, what social medias are you in?
Right now, Instagram really is like my portfolio. So all you gotta do is just search Johnnytatt. I'm doing live sessions where I just basically tattoo and just turn the camera on. That you can find me on YouTube. That's Johnnytatt, and then 13. And that's pretty much it. Everything else is just like
You got the TikTok, dog.
Yeah, I got the TikTok,
Oh,
but
dude?
that's. I mean, it's really nothing,
Oh.
What about YouTube?
Yeah,
You say
YouTube.
you have YouTube
Yeah.
videos?
Mhm.
Yeah. All right. Nice.
Nice, man. No, well,
And those YouTube videos are just because I get a lot of questions, so it's just kind of like I guess like something to help young artists out with, like they could just kind of see what I'm doing,
And that's important because you brought something else up earlier that you brought a how-to video. What about a few years ago, right? Right before anyone did it.
No, I think
why?
there was another one out at that time, but yeah, it was probably like one of the first ones,
No.
Yeah,
we got some negative feedback from it, right? Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, that's where that's 5 years ago. I mean, you could even say 3 years ago, times has changed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
As far as because we're in it every
because now
day.
you see them all over the place. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying, So I was shocked, like, what the fuck?
But that's good. Like you kept doing it. That's a good thing.
So what are your plans for like in the near future? You're talking about a YouTube channel, you're saying?
Yeah, like I just not really like nothing like you guys are doing. It's just like just to help out like some of the new artists and just answer questions live. Like just to kind of give interaction because I remember how it was for me when I started. And I felt like people were kind of like fuck them.
Yeah.
So I don't want other artists to feel that way, and at least about me. You know what I mean? I don't want them to think I'm a dickhead like that. Like I would be like, But I can't do like apprenticeships. I don't have time for any of that shit.
Yeah.
So this is the next best thing for me to help.
Yeah.
And that's cool. And we'll definitely probably have I want you back. I
Yeah.
think we can have him back on a more thorough.
I feel
Get
like we
into
got-
the nitty
We
gritty.
got a lot more to cover.
Yeah, no, this guy has 20 years in his pockets that we could save stories, but maybe we can do. I mean, we could have actually had him like on Zoom or something, but it wouldn't have been right, man. We need to have him and feel the presence of him and his 20 years here, man. It definitely Much appreciated, bro. Thanks for
Mhm.
taking the drive. You know, it's probably a nice scenic drive. You know,
I mean, if
checking
you're
all the
into bumper
hills.
to bumper, that's cool. Well, yeah, thank you for having me. I
No, no,
appreciate
pleasure,
it.
brother. Thank you.
All
I'm gonna
right.
finish this up real
Thank you
quick.
guys. Thank you guys for watching this episode. If you got a lot of knowledge, please check us out. Check out Johnny's Tat page. Go ahead and give us a comment, like, and please give us a review. That helps us out a lot. We'll see you guys next week. Thank you.